Yes, I am from Buffalo, New York. Actually, for quite some time though, I lived here and did quite a few shows out here. And well, this is just kind of a way for me to come down and let everybody kind of know a little bit about what we're doing and what's going on in the future for us. Yes, actually, I'm with Tate Music Group. That's the new label that just signed us. We're going to be kind of doing some recording there in June, and we should have our CD released in August. I'd like to definitely thank my band, Randy and Jim, for putting up with me for so much. Trying to get this project together and everything. It's been really wonderful. And we're going to be doing a show tomorrow. Well, actually, just me is doing a solo acoustic show. The band couldn't be here. They had other plans for things that they had to get done for getting ready for the recording. But I'm going to be doing a show at Jitters Cafe tomorrow in Auburn between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. Anybody who wants to come is welcome to come. It's a free show, no charge. Just come on in and have a good time. Yes, I think originality is very important in this day and age, especially with all the bands that are out there that, I mean, my version of that is I'm not going to say wannabes, but they want to be in the limelight and they want to do so much, and half the times their creativity revolves around a piece of paper and some chords on a sheet, and they learn it, and it's a little different when you actually sit down and you create it. It's kind of more of an educational process than anything. You sit down and you're like, well, that doesn't work. What do I do next? And as you go, you realize that this fits with that, and sometimes you get really creative sometimes, and then other times you're kind of stuck in a rut, and you're going, well, what am I going to write about today? And just yeah, sometimes it does. I mean, for most of the music that I've ever written, the melody just kind of came to me in 5 minutes. I sat down and started writing, and sometimes with the lyrics that I write, because I do write lyrics as well. I did a song called Goodbye a while back, which is also going to be on our album, by the way. It's a ballad, and it kind of talks about the circle of life. But I wrote this ballad in Nashville while I was a busker. I used to play out on the street and make lots of money doing that for a while, and I was down there, and lo and behold, I wrote this song, and it was like 20 minutes long. It just took me 20 minutes to sit down and write this, and it was like a spark of genius just came about, and that's kind of how it happens. It just happens. This will be our first album as a band. I have released a personal solo thing that I've done, not through any label, but as an indie artist. I've done a solo thing, and I went and did that back in, I think it was January of this year, and that went okay, but this is going to be way bigger. This is going to be a national release for us, and I'd also like to thank my father, Jim, for giving us such a great amount of lyrics to work with and do some wonderful things, and kind of makes me happy to know that he enjoys what I do. Well, I worked with one. My buddy Ryan actually ran it, and I had a lot of the music going up on there. And we were kind of trying to put forth some things until it closed down last year, because there's just so many radio stations out there, and it wasn't getting much airplay compared to others that were out there more. So he finally just closed the doors on it. Well, it's kind of a mixture of country and rock. We do a little of both, and I mean, you could kind of relate this song that we're going to play today in a combination between, I'd say, like the Eagles meets Bon Jovi. It's kind of up in your face country rock. You could kind of relate it to a lot of different things, but that would be about the only way I could really describe it. Um, well, that could work too. This might actually have some Leonard Skinner qualities to it, but definitely with the 12-string guitar work that I do, it's got the Eagles touch of maybe a little Glenn Frey in there from the Eagles. So. That's not actually the release. That's just a demo. The release won't come until August when we actually go to the studio. That's just a couple of 4-track recordings that we've done, and that's just, you know, that was just kind of something we stuck in there to kind of give people an idea of what we do. And for most parts, there's a lot of unfinished work on there too that we're still putting together. But the first 3 tracks on that are pretty much done. We just have to go in the studio and put them out better. And in our drummer's practice pad with a 4-track recorder, and it came out studio quality all the way, so it's well, the song just, I was reading the lyrics one day that my dad had sent to me, and I was looking over them, and I was playing around with some melodies, and it just kind of came to me that I needed to do something a little more arranged with it, and I had done pretty much a drop chord all the way down on the D. I just came all the way down, and then I switched up to a C and a G and kind of changed some things around, and that's what I ended up with. And then my bass player and my drummer just followed right in with it, and that's how we ended up with this great song. And I got to thank my father for these wonderful lyrics. Thanks, Dad. I do appreciate it. Yes. Randy Barger on the bass, and I've got Jim Patterson on the drums. And hi guys, I know you're listening up in New York right now, so I just want to say hey, and we're working hard on promoting the album, I guess. We should have a release in August, I do believe. They're gonna, once we get done with recording, it takes about 2 months to master it, and it'll be out.